Today, I've got a bricked Galaxy Tab S5e. Syed here, and this is not the video that I was intending on making, but you've got to make do with what you have. As the title suggests, my brand new Galaxy Tab S5e has been bricked. I have been using it over the past several days and running it through its paces when yesterday I actually restarted the tablet and got stuck at this screen. Tablet is starting. No matter how many hard resets that I tried, I wasn't able to get past this startup screen. I ended up getting in touch with Samsung, who ran me through some troubleshooting, none of which worked. They ended up actually advising me to send the tablet back in for repair or replacement, saying that the software had been corrupted. So I have no idea what actually caused this issue. I mainly use tablets for content consumption, like streaming Netflix, YouTube, occasionally writing an email, and surfing the web. I imagine this was a one-off thing and not a widespread issue, but if you do have problems, let me know in the comment section below. I was able to use the tablet very regularly over the last several days before it was bricked, and I do want to give you my thoughts on it and how it compares to the brand new iPad Air, which I reviewed a few weeks back. And my thoughts on this tablet are definitely mixed. First, let's go ahead and take a look at the specs. The tablet starts at $399, and you get a 10.5-inch AMOLED display, a Snapdragon 670 processor with 4 GB of RAM, either 64 or 128 GB of storage with the capability to expand up to 512 GB with a micro SD card slot. You got a fingerprint reader on the lock/unlock button on the side. We have 4 speakers, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom with Dolby Atmos technology. There is a 7,000 milliamp hour battery, a 13 megapixel rear facing camera with a small camera bump, and a 8 megapixel front facing camera. So first, the good. The tablet feels very premium to hold and use in the hand. With its all metal unibody design and the tiny bezels on the top and bottom, it definitely has a more modern feel than the latest iPad Air. It's also super light, much lighter than the iPad Air. My only concern with the design is how prone this is going to be to bend. We all know what happened with the latest iPad Pros. The 2 speakers on the top and on the bottom sound excellent, and they get very loud. The display is another high point. It's a 10.5-inch AMOLED panel with a resolution of 2560 by 1600 and an aspect ratio of 16 by 10 instead of the regular 16 by 9, meaning that when you're watching a lot of content, you're going to get smaller black bars on the top and the bottom. It's very vibrant and the colors are super saturated, typical Samsung fashion. I love the way that it looks. The fingerprint reader on the lock and unlock button on the side works very well. I think it's the same unit that's found on the Samsung Galaxy S10e, and I actually prefer this much more over the in-display fingerprint readers that are becoming popular today. Another high point is the expandable storage. You can upgrade this to 512 gigabytes of storage with a really cheap micro SD card, so there's really no reason to get the 128 gigabyte version of this tablet. Now let's get into the bad. This tablet is equipped with a Snapdragon 670 processor and it's paired with Samsung's Skin over Android Pie. These two things together occasionally made for a frustrating experience. Using this tablet over the last several days for regular activities like streaming, writing some emails, surfing the web, I would notice that it would very frequently hitch and lag. There were even times where it froze completely, requiring a full reboot of the tablet. Compare this back to back with the iPad Air and the whole experience just felt very unpolished. At the end of the day, user experience is everything in the domain of tablets. I was not able to run Antutu or Geekbench to do benchmarks before the tablet was bricked, but I did see some results online and they weren't really surprising. The iPad Air A12 chip completely crushes this tablet at every benchmark. And you feel that difference of speed when you're using it even for regular things. Let's forget about the fact that my tablet was bricked for a minute. I understand things happen, it's under warranty, it's no big deal, they'll replace it. The question is, should you save $100 and pick one of these up over an iPad Air? No, you shouldn't. The iPad Air just offers a much more polished and refined user experience. Simply from browsing to switching between apps and streaming, it's just an overall smoother experience. And I think that has to do with Samsung's software as well as the slower chipset that's in here. If you don't want to spend the $500 for the iPad Air and you're willing to go a little bit smaller on the screen size, you can even pick up an iPad mini for $400, which is the same price as this, and save that $100. What this does have is excellent design. I do really appreciate the unibody design. It feels very premium and the speakers sound excellent. It's just that those things really don't make up for what you're going to be using this tablet for. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That's it from me this time. As always, bite that subscribe button if you want to see more, and check out some of these other videos.